a reasonably early start at Evesham. Reasonably mild and bright sunny day.
Having seen Cruising the Cuts video about this particular section, it sounds like it's a brutal, dangerous, horrifying lock.
And it's really annoying because even though the lock's on the other side of that bridge, you can't walk to it. So,
Not obviously, anyway.
no, well, you haven't been able to walk to any of the locks. They're all seem to be on little islands because of the way the river was tamed, I guess. So poor George is on and off the boat a million times. Evesham was really nice. I mean, we say that about everywhere. Bigger than Pershore.
Nice abbey. Well, not really abbey. I mean, it was an abbey. Now it's a clock tower surrounded by a church and a few other things. But
lovely big park, a bigger town, everything you could possibly need.
Just a little ways this way.
Oh yeah, we found the Lidl and we found the laundry.
Yeah.
Except the Lidl doesn't stock ever croissants, so much so that we haven't even bothered trying to go this morning.
Yeah, and the laundry isn't listed on Google anywhere, so you wouldn't know about it.
If we hadn't been walking to Lidl, we wouldn't have discovered the laundry. So thanks, Lidl, even though you didn't have chocolate croissants. We haven't decided how far we're going today. I would like to stop by lunchtime.
We will see.
We'll stop by lunchtime.
We will see.
So we've been on the Avon for a week, and until today we've not met another boat. And in the first lock we met a river rescue boat from Evesham Marina, and we've just got to Robert Aikman New Lock 1982. There's a fire.
Yes, I think it's a bonfire.
And we've met a work boat and a barge.
Yeah.
So it's all go on
With
the
a crane in it.
It's all go on the Avon today.
It is. Yes, indeed. And there's a fire.
We stopped for lunch at the last lock, which was a big mistake because I just was like, oh, let's just stop here for the night. Michael made us carry on.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and do the other side for them.
Okay. Lock is now opening. So, we didn't stop in Bidford.
Bidford didn't want us.
They didn't want anybody.
They were very unwelcoming to us.
So there's a set of public moorings there that are part of the Avon Trust deal.
And they were there was about 3 or 4 fishermen on them. And I was like, oh no, we might have to ask one of the fishermen to move so that we can get on the moorings because we really want to stop in Bidford.
And then we saw the sign that says, no moorings, November 1st to middle of March.
Yeah. So it was like, good job we didn't ask them to move because...
Because they'd have just pointed at the sign and we'd have looked a dang fool.
So we had to keep going, which is a shame.
Yeah, because Bidford looked like a cute little town.
It had that bridge.
And the bridge was cool. Lots and lots.
It was a very old bridge.
1482 is when the bridge was built. Apparently right around the time that Christopher Columbus was on his way to discover 2 continents, which would eventually be named after Amerigo Vespucci, a pornographer and woodcut artist and mapmaker.
There's about 5 arches in this bridge, but you can only go through the very right-hand one.
Which is quite narrow.
Yeah.
And it's funny because south of it, there's all these boats as you come into Bidford in there, and quite a few of them are wide beams that I'm pretty sure wouldn't fit through.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
And it's a shame because those moorings was a nice park right by them, and we basically carried on to the next lock, which was only about half a mile away.
Yeah.
And it was a very shallow lock, so it was fine to go through. Though the doors kept swinging open.
But it was nice at the end, right? Because
we
opened my gate,
and then mine just swung
and
open. So I was suddenly grateful. So yeah, we just took the lock moorings, and I thought it would be nice because there's some fields, but there's a big sign that says private, keep out.
We're more than halfway up in Evesham, which means we're like a day and a half away from Stratford itself. Apparently we just passed the place where the Barge actually, caught the chill that killed him. So that's kind of funny.
I don't know why I
Well,
laughed
it's not
at
funny. I mean, it's the opposite of funny.
It's tragedy.
Sorry, William.
It's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
Not a comedy.
We could have had more plays out of you, but for the fields of near Barton.
Yeah, I like the Avon. Every lock seems to have some dedication to somebody who either, fought to get it restored or paid for a lock or did something. You just get the impression here that people really fought to get it reopened, and
yeah, and people in relative, living memory. There was one lock we passed, I think it was called Billington Lock or Billington Lock, and that's named after a gentleman who was quite young, paid to get a lock built, and it was built in a very short order, and like 10 days later he passed, and then his parents actually paid for the lock directly below us, and yeah, it's kind of interesting to see, so much of the canals is obviously, it was these great men of industry and everything, and it's kind of this historical basis, and you're sort of, something of the story as you move around. But here, it's
really
stuff
evident.
that was being rebuilt in the 60s and 70s, and this volunteer crew and members of the Avon Navigation Trust who basically threw themselves at fixing up this section of navigation for us, and it's really neat.
And there's that really weird lockkeeper's cottage, that flood-proof lockkeeper's cottage.
Yeah, it really does go to show you, especially when we've gotten to this ring here, and we're tied up to the ring, and there's this nice bollard.
So yeah, if it floods, then we rise up.
We rise up, and we would watch the ground disappear, but we'd still be here, and then it seems. It's hard to imagine as you sort of move around and you see all this greenery and everything that
water could get that
water
high.
gets this high,
Yeah.
and then you see these little markers and remembrances of places, and then you see that flood safe lockkeeper's cottage sort of.
It's not a cottage.
It's not a cottage. It's like a lockkeeper's post, and it looks like a little lighthouse, and it's got these metal guards on the windows and everything, and it was very clearly designed to try and withstand large flows of water.
That's cool.
I was like, I'd like to see that in operation, except
But
I
I
don't want to see it in operation because I don't want to be here on a boat at the moment that
Or have anyone else be here on a boat.
Yeah. And the fact that there's moorings that are this is the flood safe mooring and it goes 10 feet in the air, and this is the non-flood safe mooring and it's got no blue bollard and it's not marked and everything. So, because that would actually be underwater. Wow.
So probably only these moorings are strictly
24 hours.
24 hours, although that one doesn't say. This one is 24 hours, I don't know if that one is. But we're probably going to move on tomorrow, and hopefully the next place will be a bit more welcoming than Bidford was.
So thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up, comment, Click the bell if you want to get notifications, and subscribe.
But Evesham was really nice. I mean,
he's pooping again. Can we do this quickly so I can get over there?
yeah. At where are we?
Evesham. Evesham?
Evesham.
Evesham.
Where's the blame?
Says the person who said you knocked it down.
When did I say that?
You put it under your foot.
No, when did I say stop making things up?
No. And then there's always like, who are we going to leave under a bench? And who's under a bench now?
Put himself under a bench.
He's under a bench. You're under a bench, George. Look at you.
Poor George.
But yeah, 1482. That bridge
What?
was built.
14
1482. Isn't that what you said earlier?
You said 14 blibbity-doo.
No, I said 1482.
I'll play it back to you.
You'll hear 1482. That bridge is as old as, like, the Americas. Or at least the Americas that are known about by people who weren't American. And South American. And the people who wouldn't identify them as American because they weren't, Portuguese pornographers. It gets complicated. Anyway. Yeah, there's a bunch of birds in flight navigating. We're going to go to Ibiza. Only it's changing. Like, they're not even going in a straight line. Ibiza!
We're going to Ibiza.
I've never been to Ibiza.
All right.
I don't even know exactly where it is.
Isn't it a Balearic island?
It's more locks away than we're going to.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah.
Or Bilford. What's it called?
I think it's Bidford.
Okay.
Bidford-on-Avon. So, thanks for watching. Like, click, comment. Damn it, I did it again. So thanks for watching. Do the thumbs up, click the bell. Why would you click the bell?
For the notifications.
Oh yeah, notifications, right, okay, sorry.
Do you do this on purpose?
No, I really don't. It's like when I do the, what are we talking about thing? Yeah.
Well, you stop doing that.
Yes, because you called attention to it too often. At some point I'll get this perfect and then never do it again. Click the bell if you want to get notifications, and subscribe. I totally pulled that off.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
That was the best ever.
That's the best. George is just sitting there like, where's my ball?
He looks like he's about to fall. You did that thing, when you're falling asleep but you're sitting up and you're like...
Yeah. Where's my ball?
Oh, his ears pricked up at that word.
The ball is mentioned.
I thought you needed a wee.
I do need a wee. You're going to throw a ball?